Hi, I'm Chrystyna Kells. Thank you for listening to me before you continue with your questions. I do have to get back to work, so I'm kind of stressed about that. So I've been a resident of this community for 6 years, and I've lived in Mississauga 36 years. As a child, I was hit by a speeding motorcycle while riding my bike in a nearby neighborhood to this one. I experienced a loss of consciousness and I also had a concussion. Um, so I have a few comments, and I also sent a letter to Councillor Fonseca. So people in our city do cycle, and this is not going to change. And cyclists need to be kept safe. And communities have a responsibility, government with their infrastructure, and residents with awareness and respect. Cars have benefited from road infrastructure as all the roads are designed to keep traffic safe with lanes, speed limits, barriers, lights, and signs. And cars themselves have evolved to become more safe with airbags and seatbelts. As well, the community is kept safe, including with awareness campaigns like not to drink and drive. However, cyclists remain vulnerable to injury in contrast. I'm a cyclist for exercise and also for transportation to get to work. I do not ride on Bloor. I will use the sidewalk to ride on Bloor, or I will just walk my bike on Bloor. In other words, the cycling environment is dangerous for me, and I think we could all agree that Bloor Street is a risky street for cycling. I think we may disagree on how to make this a safer street for cyclists. People do cycle and they're not going to stop. I do not understand the lobby that is suggesting that bike lanes will make cycling more dangerous. I think they need to provide data or facts that demonstrate this before you can accept their lobby. I do not know what the solution is, but the benefit of bike lanes is that there's a designated space for cyclists, and motor vehicles are visually aware of this space and hopefully will respect the lane. Even when there is no bike in the lane, the motor vehicles are aware that biking takes place and to be alert to cyclists. When more cyclists see the lanes as decreasing the risk of cycling, bike traffic may increase, which further increases awareness in the community to be respectful to bikes. I do not bike on Bloor Street. The cars are too close and in a hurry. Bloor Street is a connection to two main streets, and this neighborhood has at least 8 schools, which do generate traffic and traffic congestion. I do not think this is solely a neighborhood issue, as many in Mississauga travel through this neighborhood for school, work, for business, and recreation. When I travel Bloor, as I do to get to Toronto, it is incredibly stressful with traffic and intersections and risk. Poor cycling conditions are unfair, but this is another concern. A bike is not a car or a pedestrian, and cyclists need certain conditions for safety and for comfortable travel. I believe the city of Mississauga has a biking section with volunteers that are familiar with bike lanes and trails in this city. I believe this group would be a good resource for guiding the development of bike lanes or trails on Bloor, understanding the community issues as a whole, and able to provide accurate data. The region of Peel promotes active transportation in schools and the development of infrastructure for safety. They work with the local city traffic councils. With regards to schools, both of these government organizations are resources for facts and decision making. Without safe infrastructure, these schools may
One minute remaining.
may not fully participate in healthy activities like biking. Applewood Heights Secondary School is an example of a school with many bike racks and many bikers. Also, Glen Forest Secondary School has numerous bike racks that are being used. Because of the direction in government to support active transportation, cyclists will increase, and especially with regards to children and youth, their safety is a priority. During the pandemic, biking has also increased. Because it is healthy, this is great, but it is not great if someone gets hit by a car and injured. Getting hit by a motor vehicle has lifelong implications and needs to be prevented by everyone. And cycling should not be a risk to injury or death. Thank you very much. Thank you for your time.